to the PPL channel, the Pokemon Premier League Season 1. Shout out to Ellie, shout out to Jack for making this happen. It is a blast. If you don't know me, my name is Davion. I go by Davion_OW, and I am an analyst for this season. Got a lot of great coaches, and if you don't remember me, real quick, if you don't remember me, I was on the draft stream. So that was really fun. Had a great time. We had a blast. We got some great coaches here. Really excited to see what we could bring to the table. And I am here not with pick'ems because that'd be too easy. I'm too good at pick'ems, okay? I have a perfect bracket going in the Overwatch League, okay? But I am here to give y'all a weekly preview. We got 7 beautiful matchups between 14 beautiful coaches. And I'm just gonna give you a quick snippet of some things. In post, you guys should potentially see some things on the screen popping up, flying around, going here, going where. And we might see the matchups right up there so you guys can see what's going on. If not, I'll say a few things about the matchups and see what I like and go from there. If you guys are gonna enjoy this video, and like I know you would because y'all like me, hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and don't forget to share the video with your brother, dog, cat, sister, mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, everybody needs to see the video. Friend, cousin, third cousin's ex-girlfriend, they all need to see it. The goldfish, give it to all of them, okay? But I'm hyped to bring you this video today, and we're gonna get kids started with Lsizzler and his Bull Russia Dawn fan taking on Mount High and the Immunity Idols. Fire logo from the Immunity Idols, by the way. If you don't know, changes logo per team. So right now he's rocking the Garchomp, Scissor, T-Tar on the Idols, which happens to be part of his roster. Also on his roster is Galar, Slowking, Breloom, Kilowattrel, which can Terra, Satitan, which has Terra, Hatterene, Ursaring, Alamomola, and Drift Blim. And Lsizzler is rocking Roaring Moon, Corv, Rillaboom, Florges, T-Flame, Dondozo, Mudsdale, Giraffe, oh my gosh, I never say this Pokemon's name right, Grafai, Pawmot, Azelf, and Frostlass. First instincts on this matchup is this defensive core from Bull Russia Dawn fan is disgusting, but I've noticed something very important. Can they stop the snow? Slowking can use its that move, swap itself out, set up the snow. Satitan can come in with its Terra, Ice, Ghost, or Water and potentially pop off. I don't see very good ice switch-ins from the team. Maybe a Terra, Water, Florges here. Dondozo is obviously a great switch in, but outside of those couple Pokemon, it's going to be a little interesting to see how they match up against Satitan and potentially Snow. I also could see Roaring Moon for Lsizzler putting in immense amount of work. Mount High has his work cut out for him against the I'm sorry, not against the Garchomp. Apologies, he has the Garchomp. Against the Roaring Moon, the other dragon on the other side. Dark Dragon's really hard because your one fairy that actually helps you in this matchup is Hatterene, and it's neutral against Dark, so that could be interesting as well. Sizzler is your dragon switch in as well, but Dark also messes it up. So we'll see how it goes from there. And I like the bird gang here. Talonflame v Kilowattrel could be a very killer matchup in this game. I think it might be something to look out for. I think both of those Pokemon have potential to have good games going into week 1. Next up, we have Mephisto and the nice Jinx going up against Shuckle King and his Philadelphia Stunkies. Now, what I was looking up in this matchup, it feels like we got the 2001 NBA Finals all over again. We got Kobe and Shaq versus Philly. Iron Bundle Chi-Yu stepping up, being the dynamic duo. How do you switch into that? How do you switch into that? It is so tough to switch into that if you're this guy. And Shuckle King got a workout out for him with Great Tusk, Goldango, Zarude, Azu, Noivern, Tinkaton, Quag, Jolteon, Muck, Braviary, Sableye, Espeon. It's a hard core to switch in, used to switch in. Quag is really good here though. Chi-Yu may have a tough time hitting it, but with that Spadef drop ability, I believe it's Beads of Ruin, don't quote me on that, is hard to make it happen. And also, the normal switch-ins, Chi-Yu, just get bopped by Iron Bundle. So it's really hard to figure out what's going to go on there. And for him over there, with Chi-Yu, Iron Bundle, Dawnfan, Hisuian, Decidueye, Sylveon, Slowbro, Tornadus, Therian. No, I'm sorry, Tornadus, Incarnate, TI, Copperaja, Low Kicks, and Dragalge. It's going to look interesting to see how Shuckle King actually switches into this team. There's a lot of hard hitters on the special side, not a lot of hard special defensive walls to help out in this scenario. So we'll see how they match up there. But I also like Shuckle King's potential in this matchup. Jolteon with the Terra is nothing to sleep on because Jolteon's already base 130, outspeeds a lot of things. It's already a glass cannon, so you don't have to worry about switching in. I think it can kill Iron Bundle without a booster energy. Chi-Yu is gonna have a tough time dealing with it. We can see some crazy things happen there. So I'm really excited to see this matchup and all the special hitters all in full effect. Next up, we got Druby, the return of a legend, taking on the GOAT, Joey PokeAim MD of Draft. It is going to be a fun matchup. Drew is back. The New York Marauders are here. They are ready to fight. I've been waiting to see him back in Draft League, and I'm super excited. And he drafted one of my favorite teams of the draft. He is rocking a Sun team of Cinderace, Walking Weight, Klefki, Clodsire, Brute Bonnet, Torkoal, Regieleki, Haxorus, Mousehold, Skullvillain, Honchkrow, and Hisuian Sliggoo. And you know the GOAT, PokeAim MD. His Los Angeles Wakers are rocking Samurai Hisui, Annihilate, Heatran, Dragonite, Big Galar, bro. He has the thing on him at all times. Hisuian Electro, Crocodile, Dusk Form, Lycanroc, Delphox, and Cress. Nobody likes Cress, but it's going to be a problem in this matchup. We'll see how it plays out. Cress can do some crazy things. Walking Wake is going to be a menace to society. I think Druby on paper has the better team. You saw what I just named. There are too many hitters on Druby's team with that Sun Up. I like the Brute Bonnet here. I like Walking Wake here. I like the Cinderace here. We can see a lot of crazy things happen out of there. But AIM is the GOAT. We all know what he could do with any team. Someone once told me he can make Sunkern look good. I believe Nexus said that to me. He can make Sunkern look good like it's the best Pokemon in Broken. He is that good. He has Mons like Heatran. He has Mons like Annihilate to help him out here. And Samurai is really, really good with the, I think it's Sharpness is the ability for cutting moves, can make things happen. Also, Delphox, I think, has a lot of potential in this matchup. You're going up against the Sun team here. Those Sun Pokemon that you're going against, Brute Bonnet, weak to fire, has the Fire Terra type, but you also have Fire type Terra for Delphox, which means it's going to hit twice as hard with the double stab if it needs to. So you got that option. Claude is a great switch into it, but then you're going to run into things on the fact that it's a Psychic type. You're Poison Ground. You're not going to be able to switch in too well into Psychic typing. The Pokemon that match up really well, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong team. Excuse me. Hisuian Sliggoo has neutral now that it's Steel typing. So the things that aren't going to be able to help you here, or that you think might be able to help you here, don't really switch into Delphox as well as you think they do. Walking Wake might be your best option, but then you're at risk of taking that Psy Shock. We'll see how it goes. Or Terra Fairy, Terra Blast from Delphox. We'll see. Next up, we have one of my favorite people in this draft league, Under the Radar, and the Maryland Torterra Pins going up against JV and the Atlanta Victini. This matchup is actually really fun. Under the Radar, he has such a him team this season with Sneasler, Iron Treads, ET Phone Home, Mesprit, Toadscruel, Vaporeon, Dreadnought, Staraptor, Zoroark, Rotom Heat, Wordeer, and Thwackey. And he is going up against JV and the Atlanta Victinis, rocking Gren, Bax, Caliber, Volcarona, Serena, Sandy, Shocks, Uxie, Muck, Alolan form, Tauros, the Water Paldea form, Wigglytuff, Galar Articuno, Electrode, and Orthworm. Some things I noticed in this matchup is I think JV has this matchup on paper. It is too good of a matchup for him on paper. I think he could end up coming out with this pretty easily, in my humble opinion. But again, I'm not here for predictions. I am here to see can Sneasler and Shreds break JV down, because I don't see a very good switch into both those Pokemon. Rolmons are the ones that are going to show up to this game, though. Let me tell you, I think Alolan Muck and Tauros are going to be really clutch in this matchup, and I mark it now. Vaporeon, Toadscruel, Staraptor, Zoroark, those type of Pokemon, the role players, not the main big point bonds, the dons of the team. They're gonna the role players are gonna be the ones to show up. Who's gonna want it a little bit more out of the role matchup here. I also really like one Quiver. What else do you need? One Quiver Dance from that Volcarona, and I don't see a very good switch in. Enamorus may be good enough, but maybe Rotom. But I think Rotom might be your best option as a Rotom Heat. But we'll see how it goes from there. I think one potential Quiver, maybe two, and it might be a wrap. Next up, we have the Battle of the Dragons. We have Ellie and her Shanghai Dragons versus Q the Costa Rican and Chicago Dragapults. I love this matchup because we got the genies in full effect. Every Therian form is here. Every one of them. Q is rocking Lilligant Hisuian form, Ironmoth, Cleavor, Grimmsnarl, Zoroark Hisuian form, Bronzong, Thundee T, Meloetta, Cyclizar, Sandaconda, Samurott, and Delibird. And the Dragons and Ellie are rocking Torn T, Lando T, Rotom Wash, Hoopa Unbound, Diancie, Frostmoth, Revavroom, Hydreigon, the mascot, Hariyama, Lurantis, and Komala. I think all Therian forms are really, really cool here. I'll see all three of them in one match. It's going to be dope. I personally think Thundee T is going to be the MVP of this matchup. Out of all three of them, it might show up the most. Obviously, Lando has a good time with it without it having to deal with Terra typing. No hidden powers to worry about the ice move, so you might be in good hands. But I still think it's going to come up clutch and put in some big hitters. Switching into this thing is going to be very hard outside of just Lando T here. Maybe Hariyama with an Assault Vest too. We all know Hariyama got that thick. He a little thick, you know. And secondly, I really like. I don't know what I feel about this, but with rocks for Q, it could be really deadly for Ellie because you might need to bring boots on Torn. You may need to bring boots on Frostmoth just to make some things happen. Because throwing rocks up, you're getting chip on everything very consistently. And I know you have the recovery with the ability from Torn T, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough. We'll see how it goes with that next matchups, okay? Next up, we have Addison and the London Shockwave versus Nexus and the Pittsburgh Pichus. The very electric matchup, if you get my drift here. You know, my boy Nexus, he's doing his thing. He had to have drafted Iron Valiant a second time. He got Ivy, Slowking, Thundurus, Incarnate, Typhlosion, Hisuian form, Overquill, Hippo, Bisharp, Cryo, Salamence, Lycanroc, Dayform, Appleton, and Misdreavus. And then Addison and the Shockwave are rocking Dragapult, King Gambit, Glamora, Galar, Zapdos, Gastrodon, Guard, Rotom-Mow, Tauros, just regular normal Tauros, Tatsugiri, Arcanine, and Goat. This matchup's actually going to be really, really fun. I definitely like it, but can Dragapult and King Gambit Gombo take down the sand? Because I really think that Lycanroc Day with the Terra Fairy could have himself a field day in the sand. If Powdon gets it up, I'm just saying it could be a monster waiting to happen. We'll see how it goes in prep and what Nexus may think, but I'm looking at that face value, and that could be a really fun option. And that could get you things to outspeed a lot of the other hitters that are on the team. But I also think that this is a fairly even matchup on paper. I think we're going to have a close game. Both teams have hard hitters. Pult, Gambit, and Gyarados for the Shockwave. IV, Thundee Eye, and Mence for the Pichus. It's going to be a field day. This is going to be my game to watch this week. Last but certainly not least, we got Gravy, one of the creators, taking on MV. You know Lord MV. It's GG, it's MV. San Diego Chimchargers in full effect. Gravy has the Enamorous Eye, Goodra Hisuian, Mew, Iron Hands, Arcanine Hisuian, Ting Lu, Quillfish Hisuian, Brambleghast, Greedent, Inteleon, and Alolan Persian. And you know MV, you got a very MV team. Ursaluna, Menace, Meowscarada, Zapdos, Screamtail, Quaquaval, Fortress, Goodra, Salazzle, Hoopa, the regular form, not Unbound, Dunsparce, Ice-Q, and Grumpig. The coolest part about this matchup is you see all the Hisuian Mons on full display, even though it's a little one-sided. You're seeing Ursaluna for MV taking on Enamorous, Goodra Hisuian, Arcanine Hisuian, and Quillfish Hisuian for Gravy. So I think that's really cool. You're seeing those new home Mons get in full effect and a lot of just high energy, high baller. The broken stuff is coming out. It's going to be a great matchup. I like that for both teams. And what's really cool here, we have the Goodra v Goodra matchup as well. You got Hisuian Goodra versus regular Goodra. Who's going to show out and who's going to be the better Mon? They both looking stacked. Goodra's only worth 9 points. Hisuian Goodra is up to 14. Will your Kalos Goodra show up and be the better Goodra this week, or we got Hisuian? We'll have to wait to find out. Meowscarada, too, I think is going to be the MVP of this match. If MV comes out with this win, it's because Meowscarada had a choice ban and went absolutely silly this matchup. I could see that, and I could see it going dumb. It is a good Pokemon with Protean, and it'll be really fun to watch. But that's all the matchups for this week. What do you guys think is your favorite matchup? Once again, I really like the Addison versus Nexus matchup this week. I think it's fairly even on paper. I also could see the New York Marauders and Pokemon with the hypeness. The return of a king versus the GOAT could be a really fun time. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget, leave a like, subscribe, comment, share the video. We love all of you. Don't forget to join the Discord. We have a fan Discord in the description below, I'm assuming. And also, make sure you check out everybody. The coaches are lit. The analysts are lit. Everybody's having a good time. And we got the good vibes vibes going. Tried to keep this as short and sweet as possible for you and bring as much high energy to this as I humanly can. So I hope you guys had a good time, and I hope to see you guys in the future much more. Have a good one. I'll catch you guys later. This is Davion. I also go by Davion OW, and I'm signing out. Peace.